Discuss at our meetings about the road. Is that what you're saying? Well, they only, I also hear from them when it rains 4 or 5 inches. Do we want we can ask for it. I'll ask for it. You can ask for it. We're over budget, under budget.
That was done this last 2 weeks.
I don't know about the other business, but from time to time I have to talk to see where we are.
As a district or just whole county?
No, just whole county. It's not a district, it's not a road down in the district.
Yeah, that's right.
No way. I mean, for example, most where you might be over here 2 days, and then one day you'll be down at Ray. No, there's no way to break it down, as I know of now.
On the meetings coming up, Thursday is the Republican Town Hall. That community house goes up at 6 o'clock. 23rd is the 23rd is are they calling it a debate or just a?
I don't know that. I don't think they want to call it a debate, but that's basically what it sounds like.
Basically, it's a debate at the auditorium.
What time was that? Did you say?
Should be in the paper.
Okay,
I'll try to post it.
okay, I'll share it.
And then our next meeting for the ICC is,
I'd like to schedule it for the 28th in Ocilla, but I'm not certain I will.
And there's going to be a debate in Douglas, April 27th at 5 p.m. And it's mainly for local candidates, but they found out that my opponent will be there, so they called me and wanted me to be there. So there'll be a debate for the Republican primary there.
that'll be Saturday.
Yeah, it's at the it's called the Weir Center in Douglas. It's April 27th. Yeah, I'll put it on the page. They're coming out with a flyer. That's why I haven't shared it yet, but somewhere in Douglas. I don't care where it is.
That's a little part of it. May 19th, we have an early scheduled meeting at Lieutenant's Rest. It's not really a bunch of meetings, but more just to get together. And then we got the election on the 21st. Not long after that, we'll have an audit, and we'll try to get people together for that. We're supposed to be remote for solar party sometime after there's the district meeting coming up in Douglas. Several things going on. We'll find out more about that. So those keep taking the message. Put an update on what's going on.
Soonest and most important is the town hall Thursday, 6 o'clock at the Osceola House.
And then the debate at the school on
April 23rd. I don't know.
any other thoughts? or
23rd 's on
things
Tuesday.
to add before we bring up counter situations?
The
Just real quick, I want to go over something, Jimmy, I want to say something. I admire you coming in. I really do. You've always been a friend, and we've had a lot of good conversations through the years, but I do admire you coming in. On April the 3rd, we had the Industrial Authority meeting, and I asked them several questions at that time. And just to go over it real quick, one is I asked why the county and its taxpayers should be responsible for making a private company cost competitive. And that's where I feel this tax abatement deal is coming from, is that they're not only looking at being competitive as far as operation, but they're also being competitive as the possibility of selling this project out to someone else. I asked if there was a minimum threshold of potential tax benefits that would qualify an applicant company for a tax abatement. At this time, there is none. I asked, will future abatements be offered to existing industry in Irwin County for the sake of fairness in granting abatements? I was told that would be handled on a case-by-case basis at that time. I was asked, what agreements are in place that the Board of Education will receive a fair share of payments collected by the Industrial Authority for any projects that are being considered tax abatements? There's nothing in the plans on that other than saying that they will possibly get the same share as they normally do to the tax system, the existing tax system. I asked, is there an overall plan for disbursement of funds received in place now? There is none. Have any agreements been made to date that allow NextEra subsidiaries to file a suit against the county for non-compliance? And have any agreements been made to date that would allow a current property owner who's involved with NextEra or subsidiaries to file a suit against the county for non-compliance? I was told there's no agreements in place. So in going back over this, my reason for bringing this back to you again is why the rush? Why are we rushing down this road to get this done? There's not anything out there for them to come back against us, supposedly right now. So why are we rushing down this road? If you look at it from the standpoint of supply and demand, every time they go and start a new project, that's less land available to them out there. They've got to be close enough to these high tension lines. They've got to be close enough to these substations to build these projects. So what it does, let them go somewhere else.
Amen.
Because when they do, what we have just became more valuable.
Absolutely.
And it gives us time to go back. We're sitting here going through courts on setbacks, this, that stuff. It gives us time to go back and look at all this. But we're in this great rush. It's got to be done. It's got to be done now. The tax abatements completely subvert the current tax system offered by the state board. That's the only way I look at it. You may have development authorities, they may have rights to do it and everything else, but it does subvert it. It doesn't bring jobs here. And I can guarantee you turn this company away, they're stacked up like flames coming into America. There's one right behind them. For everyone that's out there, there's one right behind them. And I know that from sitting in the tax assessor's office up there, and them coming to me and questioning me constantly. Do you know this? Do you know that? What's going on here? What's going on there? They're constantly probing. They're constantly looking. But are we in such bad financial shape in this county right now that we can't go another year without solar? That we can't take that year and plan and do it right the first time? We've got one chance. We've said this time and time and time again. We've got one chance to get this right. Because you're setting a precedent for the company coming behind. That's exactly what you're doing. So that's all I have. My question now is, why the rush? That's all I have.
What's everybody done over the day?
We can ask Mr. Jimmy, bless his heart.
Guys, now listen, I'm gonna say something. Jimmy's responsible for his district, and he's also responsible for what else goes in the county. Me and that man have had some great conversations.
Oh, and I'm not trying to Mr. Jimmy at all.
But,
Bless his heart, he's the only one that
and
shows up.
and that's exactly what I think. You see who's showing up at your meeting,
I mean, I.
that's concern. That's what that is, that's concern. So and that's a whole other thing, is we'll get on this subject while I'm up here. We're talking about stability. I myself was verbally attacked by the current commission chairman. I will handle that in my time and my way. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yep.
But that's not stability. That is not stability. When you start attacking people, I don't care if it's in public or behind closed doors. Let me say this to you, candidates and current office holders. You're in the public eye and you're up the public street. Everything that you do, you better consider as whether you'd like to read it on the front page of the paper. And I knew that when I worked in a public office, that everything that I did, it could be on the paper the next week. So, you know, let's have stability in this. Let's quit all this and I'm just going to put it to you simply. Let's quit the childish games of attacking each other.
Yep.
God didn't put us here to be that way, and we don't need to act that way.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
If the county commissioners are involved in a lawsuit from a citizen in Irwin County, who is paying that attorney they have hired?
Well,
is it the taxpayers of Irwin
all right.
County?
And I've heard this put different ways, and I'm just going to throw you my view on it. They have insurance to protect the county against liability, risk management type deal. You know, they've got insurance in place. When's the last time you had auto insurance, you had a wreck that didn't go up? So what I'm saying is, regardless of what they do, how it's paid or whatever, it comes back to the taxpayer.
So we're paying their attorney too.
So, unfortunately, yes. But let me say this, when you vote, when you go and vote, that's what you're agreeing to. You're agreeing to put that person in office and whatever liability they carry along with them, that's what you're putting there. So you need to think about that. You need to think about, you know, the liability for certain situations and certain people.
There's a whole lot of stuff going on that we did not vote for.
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. There's a lot of stuff going on that we did not vote for. But I do believe that we can have this conversation about solar, and we can have it in a way to where we can sit down and pull together as Irwin County and get it all straightened out. But this going back and forth and attacking, calling people names, saying they didn't do their job, or they sucked at their job, which that's what got thrown at me. I can guarantee you one thing, and I promise you this. In the entire time that I was in office and chief appraiser for Irwin County, the state not once, but several times, passed the digest that I put forward. And twice after I left, I went back into the office so that the current commission could collect taxes on their digest for the past 2 years. But you want to attack me? Fine. Go ahead and attack me. But I'm just telling you, folks, I don't mind being involved in this, and I don't mind stating my side, as you will too. But we've got to have stability in the situation. That's all I've got.
a good man. Where she got it from, I don't know. I guess we ain't gonna have information. But when these little kind of people comes into the county, and I know you're familiar with the ordinance that was passed. Did y'all ever go into executive session with the new ordinance when it came in?
No.
It was just kind of passed along by Scott. Yeah, I mean, just bluntly patted, you know. I know you made the motion to accept it. That's the reason I was asking about that y'all go into executive session. But Suzanne brought up a good point about when these solar people come into the county and the money that they claim that Irwin County would get, why don't y'all as commissioners ask for a fourth of it rather than over a period of 30 years? Get a fourth of it every 5 to 10 years and let Irwin County do what they want to do with the money, putting it in a bank, withdraw interest, to pay debts that Irwin County has, instead of waiting 30 years to receive the benefits from it, the money from it. It's our county, and it's y'all are the law-abiding body that will ask for that.
Well, we have not discussed as a group what we're gonna do with the money, other than run the county.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we can use that. I mean, I've seen some banks where you can put in $250,000 and start getting 12% interest on it. But you have to have a minimum amount.
12%.
$250,000. That's the minimum. But I'm just saying that these solar companies could do it for our money rather than waiting 30 years, 29 years to give our money to us.
Well, it's a thought.
Yeah.
But here again, we have not discussed, hey, this $100,000 is going to go here, or this $100,000 is going to go here.
Right.
No, we haven't done that.
Right.
And
But the ordinance could be amended, you know, everything.
the ordinance doesn't have anything to do with the money that the solar company
But
is
it's a
going to.
stepping stone. I mean, if we didn't have the ordinance, we would never have a place for the next area.
But it hasn't, no, we haven't done this before. Got to get the money first.
That should be first. But that's.
I'm glad you said something, William. You said that we passed the ordinance, and so many people still think that we allow the solar companies to come into the county.
Right.
It beats anything I've ever heard. We can't stop a business from coming into Irwin County. I don't understand people think that we voted or we asked them to come into the county.
Right. I understand that. But there's got to be a guideline for any business to come into the county. And that was just one step that the solar panel people needed to get into the county.
Well, we needed it so we could collect the tax money.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah. We
We
needed
did
that.
it every 4 to 5 years, right?
Because two of the counties, towards the west, did not have an ordinance. And they came in, when the county did not have one, and they cannot now take advantage of changing the taxes on the solar company. So they're losing millions.
Did not know that.
You refer to Hagenhart? You refer to Hagenhart?
Huh?
You refer to Hagenhart or which one are you referring to the west? The county to the west? Sumter County, I don't go with that. I'm still under debate right now. But here's the deal. The solar ordinance was very weak that the county did with the setbacks. And I don't care what community you live in, that ordinance is a reflection. Just like Worth County. You can look at Worth County solar ordinance. I can tell you, they're going to limit 75 acres to a solar company. That's not going to be a price to a big company, but at least they're allowing it, they're making it small. And can make these be smaller when you're affecting 14 homes. And one thing Susan Driscoll said at one of the zoning meetings, and she said, well, unfortunately, 14 homeowners are going to have to suck it up. She said that. That is not, that didn't sit well with me, because why should I have to, I mean, I don't mind being in my backyard, but give me 500 to 600 feet setback, so I'm not staring at a chain link fence on my property line. So, I think, yeah, you didn't pass the let it in, but you did, because it was weak. You didn't allow the citizen input, and to be honest with you, if Scott had been 600 feet from the property lines, probably had to upset it, but he didn't do that. He did it from the dwelling, and by the court of law, that's not going to hold up in court. You can say that all day long, but nothing setbacks in any zoning ordinance says from any dwelling. The only time that is affected is if you have an unzoned county. If this was an unzoned county, you would do the setback from a house. But when you have a zoned county, everything is by property line. And that's what, I think if he could put the setbacks in there off the property line, you wouldn't have to flush your dead, because that citizen committee never discussed that. Never, it was discussed, but it was shut down, setbacks from dwellings, and it was later said we'll do it from the property lines. So that's the thing, this thing could have been worked out. It's going to have to go through the court system, but there was so much the county could have did to resolve this, and never took the effort to do so. And I would say I'm disappointed, and that's why I'm running for chairman of the county commission.
Well, Carl, as far as you're concerned, that project, which I call monopoly land, which is what all my granddaddies at one time, that has not been approved.
That's true.
That it's got to have more acres.
That's true. And it's broken up in parcels. It's not a tractor. They told me that.
So don't get your feathers in a rubber.
No, I
Because
know.
that's not a done deal.
But that will tell you how.
Which ones are a done deal?
As far as I know, the ones on Fire Creek.
Well, it's gonna be around their house too, the man's.
Well, Susie, you have not spoken to me in months. And if y'all are so upset about solar, y'all are constantly jumping on the leases. Why don't y'all jump on the landowners? They're the ones that did it, not us.
Well, Jimmy, it goes
We
back.
did not have anything to do with them coming here.
No, you did, but here's the problem. The problem was that was y'all's opportunity to allow the citizens' voice to be heard. And that voice was pretty much shut down. If you look back at it, that was an opportunity for the county commission to sit there. You could make everybody happy. But, come on now. Scott took that ordinance. As soon as he finished up the citizen committee, he hightailed it to see Tony Ryle. And when he come back, he didn't bring that back to the citizen committee. I guess he shared it with y'all. Only the county commission approved of that. That was not transparent. What should have happened, he should have been in communication with that citizen committee and said, look guys, we're going to let Tony Ryle build this ordinance. And when he gets finished, we're going to have a meeting. Only them approved. He come back with it, meet Jessica and those citizen committees, and they said, well, we object to the setbacks on the home. They didn't do that. That's what they did in Barron County. They objected to the 600 feet setbacks from the dwelling. At least the zoning listened to them and made changes, and now it's going before the county commission. That's what should have happened, is the communication. And it was almost like shutting the voice down. And from what I see, and I know for me, and then Gene, I've been in a lot of county commission meetings. I've sat there and tried to reason with Scott and said, look, Scott, y'all, the way it's going, we could have stopped this back in March of last year when this was all went up everybody got concerned with it. That's when we should have said, you know what, we're gonna do a 6-month moratorium, and we're gonna do this right. We didn't do that, we kept playing around. I say we, the county commission, waited till May to figure out, well, we need to do a moratorium, we're only gonna do it for 60 days. Well, that ain't enough when you got an ordinance that needs to be stricken down and redone. So if you have did the 6 months in March like you was asked, we'd have had one probably by August of last year. We wouldn't have had the upset citizens, because what happened is every time we did a 60-day moratorium, more and more citizens were getting agitated because at some point they lost trust in the ability to govern from the county commission. That's what they saw. No matter what you would tell them, they wanted their voice to be heard. And I know, Jimmy, coming from you, you made a comment at one of the county commission meetings early on. I don't see there's a problem with solar. Nobody's told me about it, but now they're telling me.
Well, I feel like over time, all this will be worked out.
I believe
But it's
that.
not gonna be worked out in the next week. So, but here again, y'all, we did not invite them in here.
We're not saying that we did.
But you're insinuating that we did.
No.
Yeah, it's just the way y'all voted on that ordinance that we're doing.
Well,
Jimmy, can I ask you a question?
y'all go ahead and dig me up. Y'all get in line.
I'm gonna change the subject, I'm doing class.
But wait a minute. Citizens, why don't, if y'all are all upset, why don't you go to the landowners? Get dead.
Well, it don't do no good. 'Cause
Well, why are you blaming us?
Jimmy?
You are blaming us, and that's not right.
Jimmy, we were blaming you for how you voted on the ordinance. We were blaming you for how you voted on the ordinance. When there's an issue in the county,
Well,
we don't go to the landowners, we got an issue with and solve it. We go to the government, whose job it is to solve problems with the landowner. It's your job.
we had to call for you. We had to do an ordinance, okay? I'm telling you, it can be worked out. I know I'm already going to hell, so.
How many executive sessions did the planning commission have and y'all had?
No, we're not having.
But you had one.
Terminated.
Yeah, one when I lost it.
We have everybody in the poultry matter, we go into executive session, but that's done in a meeting.
Y'all not discussing the lawsuit in executive session?
No.
Well, you said, well, it don't y'all have. Where did y'all discuss the lawsuit?
I found out we had it in a meeting.
And why?
Not as a group, no.
As an individual?
I'm sure I have.
With the county commission?
Probably, yeah.
How many were present one time?
One, me, and the other commission.
Was that the telephone call me?
No. No. Then you keep trying to get us up in the corner and we've done nothing wrong. Well, I'm just tired.
Well, we are too.
Huh?
We are too tired of this.
Who's next? This is your chance. On what issue? None have to be taken. No phone call. We did. Yes, you did, I'm sorry.
Just started that.
All we voted on was the order.
Anybody got any more